Back at the Winnipeg Arena, a goal by Pat Flatley, his 7th of the season, has the Islanders a 1-0 lead. My guest between periods, Anders Kallur. And Andy, something that I've always wanted to ask, and I suppose it's a little ridiculous in some ways because I've been through it like you're going through it. Do you ever get a feeling in the morning when the team has a skate, the day of the game, how the team is going to play that night?
Yeah, sometimes it works, you know. Funny you mention it, because this morning I talked to Stefan Persson about it, because we really had an awful skate this morning. Everybody was missing passes and so on. But if you look today at the first period, we have been passing the puck really good. So it doesn't work the way you think it's going to work every time, you know.
Would that I mean, if a coach is looking for something in the morning, did the coach, I mean, would somebody, Brian Kilray in this case, of course, Brian Kilray standing in for Al Arbor in this hockey game like he did in Calgary. Now, would he get upset if things were not going well in the skate this morning, as you say they were?
I don't think so, because all the guys, you know, they have their individual things they want to do in the morning. Some guys, they want to push it, and some other guys, they just want to take it a little easy, you know, and save it for later. So I think the coach can't really see anything from the morning skates.
Rather than put you on the spot individually, if you took a vote of all the players on the Islander team right now as to yes or no for the morning skate, how many would you say would vote for and how many against?
I would say 75% would like to have the morning skates.
They would like to have the morning skate?
Yeah.
How about yourself then?
Some days I want to have it, you know, and some days I just want to relax from hockey. And
do they ever make it optional?
Yes, they do.
Do you show up?
Sometimes.
Let me get, you were just talking about the passing of the Islanders, how it didn't work so much this morning. They do line rushes and a lot of passing drills in the morning skate, but here tonight they seem to pass the puck very crisp, seem to be on the move very good. Everybody seems to be in stride.
That's right. They look very good this morning, and the ice is very good up here. They always have good ice, fast ice, and I don't know, maybe that's a factor too. And Winnipeg is it's a playing team, fast team.
Kind of a team you like to play against?
Yes, I like to play Winnipeg.
Well, obviously you're not. I wanted to ask you also, were you down around the dressing room area? Just prior to the game, we saw Dennis Potvin out for the warm-ups, and then he was not in the lineup. Can you give us a little indication of what's going on with Dennis?
Well, he pulled his groin, not very much though, but enough not to take any chances to play, you know. I'm sure they want to rest him and have him ready for the next game.
Well, with 7 defensemen, I guess it's not that crucial then, of course, in a game like this to have Dennis sitting out.
Not really, because all the 7 guys we have back there, you know, is top-class defensemen, so it doesn't matter.
I've always wanted to ask one of the other players, and I'll get an opportunity now. I'm talking with Anders Kallur of the Islanders, and you know, when a team starts out on a four-game trip, and this is obviously in days, I think it's the longest road trip that the team has, do they look at the 4 games and say, you know, let's see if we can't win all 4 of them? Do they still take that approach?
I'm sure, you know, especially we try very hard to win the first one, because that's a very important one to start the road trip, you know, good. But we lost it, and it's tough on the road, but I'm sure tonight, you know, everybody really wants to win this one very much. Are
you as impressed with the team in Calgary and here in the first period with the Winnipeg Jets, Anders, the Smythe division? I mean, we're so used to seeing only one team, the Edmonton Oilers, better than 500. They have 4 teams out of the 5 that are better than 500. What's your impressions of that?
I think, you know, Calgary, I was impressed with Calgary, and looking at the lineup now, Winnipeg's lineup, you know, I'm impressed with them, and they have a really, really good skating team.
You still get the feeling that every time the Islanders go out to play somebody, you're going to get the best game from them?
I think so. I think it's something special. I talked to the 2 guys from other team, you know, and they think it's something special to beat us, so I'm sure they get, you know, extra up for games against us.
When did you find out you weren't going to play?
I found out this morning.
At least they give you that, at least that much leeway. Isn't it some nights that they wait until the warm-ups before they tell you if you're not going to dress?
Oh, yeah, it's different. You know, sometimes, you know, it depends on the injuries. You know, they have to wait until the game time to see how the player feels.
Anders, I want to thank you for coming by. We'll look forward to seeing you in the game, hopefully against Vancouver, and of course, everybody likes to play against the Edmonton Oilers.
That's right. We look forward to that game.
All right, thanks. Anders Kallur of the New York Islanders. Now let's go back over to Jigs McDonald.
All right, Eddie, tonight's guest receives from Fortunoff, the source, a Seiko quartz watch. See Seiko's winning combination of quartz accuracy and unique styling at Fortunoff, the source. Seiko setting the standard for the world for the future. A Pat Flatley goal as the Islanders up 1-0 over the Winnipeg Jets. Will return to the Winnipeg Arena right after this message.